Welcome back, everybody, to Oxygen Not Included, Spaced Out Edition. All right, so we are slowly getting our checkpoint into place to where we will have oxygen in it soon. We're just not pumping oxygen into it. So what I'm thinking of doing is to help it out a little bit by just doing that. And then we can go ahead and we can deconstruct this pipe. No, actually, we don't want to deconstruct it because we don't want this to be blocked. Now, it's going to put a couple other gas types that come in occasionally, but overall it's going to put in oxygen. But you can see what's happening with the other gas types is that it does cause a little bit of damage, so we're going to have to do some repair work. The only thing I can think of to fix that would be to put it through another filter somehow, so that, you know, either the polluted oxygen or the carbon dioxide doesn't come through this output, which means more power loss, more things. But this one here, you can see, is nothing but oxygen now. So that means we can go ahead and deconstruct this and get back 240 watts of power, because there's no reason for it. We just don't need it anymore. So we're going to do that. We'll repair what little damage is happening with these for now, and take care of that. That's not a big deal. But at least we're getting oxygen into them, so that way they can fill up. It doesn't look like they're filling up. They're having major problems here. They may have changed some of the dynamics or something, because it's really pumping in stuff, but then every time it gets damaged, it seems to be losing the ability to continue. So we need to continue to work and fix this. So how do we do that? Well, more filters. Oh my goodness. So how do we want to do this? I guess the best way would be right here to put in another filter. Of course, oh, there's a pole there. We can't do it right there. We're making a huge mess out of everything over here, but hey, you know, that's the way it works. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and put that there. We're going to take this and we're just going to go up. We're going to put a bridge across here. We're going to take the stuff we want and just come here, and then the stuff we don't want we'll just put into another vent for now. We'll provide it with some electricity, 120 watts instead of the 240, so we're still saving 120. And now we need to disable some pipes, so let's deconstruct some. We're going to deconstruct all of this. There we go. That's going to force it all into this. To come up here, let's grab it, breathable oxygen. There we are. What a mess. We'll clean all this up later. This is an absolute disaster of how we have put this together. But, you know, I see we've messed up on our bridge. No, we haven't. It's going in. We've messed up. Have we messed up? No, it should be going in. But it's just getting stuck. Why isn't it going in? So it's coming into here. It's coming out. Oh, because power wasn't hooked up or something yet. That's why. Is it broken? There we go. Now we have nothing but pure oxygen coming in to our checkpoint. So nothing will be broken. And as a result, yay. Now they still say all empty. It says it's charging. So it's not quite getting enough oxygen yet. But anyways, let's move on. We spent enough time staring at that. We haven't even looked at what's happening in the rest of our base, and maybe people are dying. Choose dupe. Let me see. We can get some dirt or we can get a hatchling. We'll take dirt. And we've got a skill. Laurel here. So he's already maxed with super digging, but he wasn't happy with that. That's not his dream and passion. So we're going to turn him to critter ranching. All right. What else can we do here? We're doing much better on food. Look, our stress has gone down. Oxygen is finally getting better. See, look, it's pushing it all down. We're going to have to move this again here soon. Cleaning all of this out of the base is, yeah, no joke. It's a lot of work. We'll go ahead and put it over to here. We can deconstruct this gas vent. And then this is going to flow over here, and we need it to flow into this. So we'll just take it right here, and we can deconstruct that. Then we can also deconstruct these here. We don't need to build that. Oops. Stop building. There we go. All right, and so what we'll do here then is we are transferring, there we go, to get more of the gas out of our base. It's, you know, this has been a huge waste of energy for us, you know, because we made the mistake of allowing all the gas to come in by not having a door over here to stop it in the first place. So, yeah, it's been a disaster, but now we can... We're getting there. It is definitely getting better and getting more and more under control. This one should pump it out of all of this area. And then we'll pretty much be out of natural gas in the base. Meanwhile, how are we doing over here? They are working on stuff, but they really haven't gotten very far. We're just going to speed it all up. All right, dupes. It is time to work. Let's just get this done and get this cool air coming into the base, this nice pure oxygen. Because, if I'm correct, and of course we have plenty to mine, but I think when it comes to algae, you know, we got 9 tons, but see, it is trending down. Now, there's plenty of algae still to go mine and stuff. You know, algae in all the slime areas. But overall, at some point, we're going to run out of algae. And so let's just get this going. All right. So that's good. That's good. This needs a more solid form of oxygen, though. We'll get there. We'll get there. We seem to have some issues with power, though. We got power. Why aren't these running? Pipe blocked. Where's... Oh, because of the natural gas. It's filled up and we're not using the power enough yet. Alright. This is only putting out 800 watts. We might as well turn this one on. Let's enable it. Just to kind of use up all of this. Eventually we're going to have to turn this on. This is almost maxed out. But we've got plenty of natural gas in the base. Alright, cool. Our next form of action, looks like these are all growing now, that's good, is we can go ahead and take this down. Might as well. No, you know, I'm going to keep it here as an emergency. It'll probably rarely be used. Insufficient coal. Are we out of coal? Ooh, let's find out. Coal. Consumable ore. We got 39 tons of coal. What do you mean we're out of coal? Wow. We're not using it, but we'll fill it up. Alright. So our next step, of course, is, you know, continue to clean all this up. somebody must have barfed or something over here. We'll get that cleaned up. Okay, we can set the battery. I will say that, you know, we're 81 cycles in, and, you know, the space is okay, but this is not my best run at this game. But it is updated. There's new things like the radiation thing and all of that, and, you know, so it's been interesting. But I do have a feeling a little bit that, like, you know, it's been going a little slow in getting things going. I think we can dig this out now. So how we're going to do that is we're going to just kind of go up to here. So we're going to dig that and that. And then at the same time, we will dig eeny, miny, mo. This down so that it all goes weep. A bunch of it's going to come into here, but that's fine. We'll clean it up. All right. We'll let them do that. That means they can go in there. This is built. Has no power, but it is built. Eventually it'll use sand. Oh, we still need these taken care of. Okay. Well, they'll get there eventually. I was going to say, are these guys stuck over here? But no, they're not. So that's good. We'll need to watch that. We don't want to get them stuck over there. Now, the question is if I put a Wheezewort here, is it going to irradiate the oxygen? That's a good question. I guess we'll find out. If it irradiates the oxygen and I end up with a base filled with radioactive oxygen, then we'll have messed up. we will have messed up tremendously. Are you going to put on a suit? Yay, look at there. See, they put on the suit. Now they can come over here, they can walk around. They have a oxygen meter that lasts quite a long time, but they can come over here and do all kinds of work. And, you know, they don't have to worry about getting contaminated or dirty or anything like that. So we can let them back through this door so that they can come in here, pick up gold, do other things. This door's going to stay sealed so that they can never go in it. But awesome. All right. Well, things are starting to look up again. I'm getting a little more relaxed that we haven't killed them all. Unfortunately, we've lost a couple. All right, so this is filling up nicely. That's good. All right. Looks like the carbon dioxide has pushed out all of the chlorine. That would be our next step is, I don't know if we have enough iron. Yeah, we have enough. Is to put in a station here so we can start sealing the base. So that when they go out, we've got plenty of oxygen from over there. We're going to need 3 more suits. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and hook it up. We've got all the fresh oxygen coming in from the farm that'll be over here. So no problem there. The only issue we have is power. Oh, we need more. We need more. All right. Because we have this line here. Where is this power coming from? Which is just coming from this. So we're gonna have to add more power over here. That's fine. Temporarily, we'll use coal still. Let's go ahead and put in another one over here. And as soon as we're able to, we'll hook it up to the power grid. And that way, you know, we'll have 1200 watts coming into this line because we're going to have some constant power because of these things. So that's okay. We're getting there. This is still being constructed. We can plant this now. Occasionally, these will need fertilized, so we'll have to let some people in there. What else do we got? This is harvest ready. Enable auto harvest. Might as well harvest that. Eventually, we'll put a floor in there, but for right now, we won't worry about it. And we might as well put a couple of these over here and fill with sand, because this thing needs sand. Oh, good. All the water is drained out. Got a little fry egg there. It's probably going to die. Excellent. So that drained all of that. So this is all drained. How much disease are we letting in? Tons. Cool. Well, as soon as this is set up, we can take a ladder straight down over here on this side, and we can just mine all of this out and get rid of it all this slime, and then seal this up so that, you know, it's just permanently sealed. And our dupes won't come over here, and Slime Lung won't get into the base. Right now, Slime Lung isn't a problem. Nobody's getting sick from it, but we want to be careful. We have a new skill. Who is it? So, we can do improved carrying, or we can improve you in construction. We're gonna go digging and make you super hard digging, and we're gonna change you to ranching for your hat, because that's what you prefer to do. And that'll make more people happy. We love happy dupes. And I think, you know, our next step, once we get the oxygen going, is critter farms. We got to start setting up all of our farms and stuff. That, I think, is important to do. So, yeah. I think that's our next step, is once we have this up and running, and we have these going, is to go ahead and set up some critter farms. So why don't we plan those out? The first one we're going to make is a hatch farm, so we can collect all of these hatches. Now, hatches at first will give us coal, so that's a renewable energy source. Now, it's kind of tricky on how to do these. So first, we need a lot of space. So I can either come up here and build critter farms up here, or I can find other places for critter farms. Temperature, oxygen, that stuff doesn't matter. I'm almost tempted to do it in this area. We can get a couple critter farms so that we can use it, but at the same time, that's a lot of digging out to do. Thinking. I'm thinking. Brain is processing. So how would we do it? All right, well, first of all, we would come down 4 from this. We put in 1. We could do 2 farms here. We could always move this later. We could do 2 farms. So we would need a vent and a vent. And then we would go out this direction and out this direction. Now we need to go a certain amount of... Oh wait, this is... Cancel that. This is 1 low. We can go higher than that. There we go. Alright. So what's going to happen is that we need to... Let me look how many tiles is this. 72, 90. We can go all the way to there. To that. For the farm. For maximum size. Which means that this would all be sealed in, and that can be the edge, the far edge of our tank. Like that. We will need to put in some oxygen flow. We might as well do it right there. And then there is equipment that we have to put in. So we're going to do that, that. Oxygen. Door. Might as well dig this out. We'll do this top one first. In fact, we're going to cancel that so that they dig up here first and do this. All right, and then in the middle, so we have equipment and stuff we're going to be putting in. The first thing we need is a grooming station. Our critters like to be groomed, just like puppy dogs and everything else in the world. So we're going to put in one of those. Then in the food menu, we need a critter feeder. We want to feed our critters. And we need a critter drop-off. And we need a storage bin to hold some extra food. And that's kind of the setup for the equipment. So I realize I'm making all this out of gold. It's just because I'm using copper for everything else. So, you know, it's okay. We'll have gold machines. All right, and then what we have to do is put in a door over here. Because we don't need our critters going everywhere. We can keep the critters in one space. And we put an air vent here and we leave a gap. So the critters can't jump up, but it still counts this as part of the room. And the reason is because you can only have so many critters in a room before they feel crowded, and therefore they're not as happy. So to manage that, this is kind of how you do it, is you kind of put a block. And the advantage of this is then we can come back in with storage bins and we can fill this area with storage bins and have automated storage in the future, which is really good. Or, well, you don't want to turn it into a farm unless it's just these meal, because, you know, you can only have one room in a space. But this will be our first critter farm. So they're working on that. That's great. Over here, we are working. Don't quite have all of our walls together. It says unreachable build. Why is it unreachable? We can come through the doors. Am I missing something? Oh. Yes. Same issue we had with our power station. We built this and it automatically blocks anyone from going through. That's why they're all down here building this. And it's like, wow, that's really nice that they're building all this, but aren't we supposed to be working on other things? All right, what critters do we want to drop off? We want hatchlings and hatches. Later on, there are other types of hatches we'll add. But for now, we're just going to have that. We're going to feed our hatches. So we're going to come down and, you know, you can feed them food and some materials, which would be stupid because that's not a very good resource. But we can feed them sedimentary rock, which we don't use for anything. So we can just have them eat all of that sedimentary rock. And then we can store the sedimentary rock here in our raw minerals. Because you know, I mean, you can build with sedimentary rock. So like if I click a tile, I can build with it. You know, we have 88,000 grams of it, or kilograms of it, so 88 tons. But it's thermally reactive, which means that it'll get hot or cold really fast depending on the environment. So we might as well just eat it up. And then, of course, they can also eat sandstone. So we've got lots of sedimentary rock in the entire world. You can see it all over the place here. Eventually we'll mine all of this out, but it'll be a great food source. All right, so there, we've got the critter farms going, but now we can focus back on this and get all this done. How are we doing on our oxygen clearing out the natural gas? Very good, look, awesome. We've got a little bit of natural gas left in a couple places, but overall, it looks like it's all carbon dioxide. So that's good. What that means is I'm going to be able to shut down these machines soon, so that I'm not pumping all of this all over the place, and instead I'll hook it up to just one that's pulling pure oxygen from somewhere. Um, so why don't we plan that out? Eventually we'll have it set up with another oxygen source, but for right now we don't have that. So we're just going to stick it up here. In fact, we're just going to put it right here. So it's kind of out of the way, and it's going to grab oxygen from these sources, and it's just going to take that oxygen and go straight down, and then pump in oxygen. We'll still need to have a filter on it, so we can do that and keep this filter here. It's out of the way. And then all the oxygen will just go straight into the base. And we'll switch this up. We'll change it a little bit. So we can do that. Excellent. Which means we can connect that one to there. And then we'll be able to disable these. Because right now we're not pumping anything out of these. So we can go ahead, in fact, just deconstruct those. And while we're at it, we can deconstruct all these pipes, because we no longer will need these pipes. We're going to want to flip this, so we're going to deconstruct that as well. And we're going to deconstruct all of these pipes as well. That pipe, and yeah, all of this as well. We're going to redo all of this. So let's just do it. Let's get her done. Because we don't need it over here. All right. So we'll clean all this up. In the meantime, what it's gonna do is it's just gonna pull from here, which means we need to hook this back up to that. So we're gonna build that. All right, and we got a new dupe that we can get. Before we do that, we've got this one set up. We're doing good over here. Nobody's trapped and killing themselves. You always got to check these dupes. You know, you've already seen 2 of them. I don't want any more dupes yet, so we're just gonna do a snazzy suit. We'll select the snazzy suit. Maybe. Snazzy suit. There we go. Where's Laurel? Laurel's the stressed one always. Let's give Laurel a snazzy suit to help de-stress him. He can look good, feel good. You know, maybe that'll help, right? All right, and then with Tilly, a new skill, we're just going to do improved carrying. Just to kind of advance that a little bit. Perfect. All right. Well, we've averted several disasters in the past few episodes. We've made a huge mess of our base trying to take care of issues, but we are slowly getting there. So the next step really is to get this running, which is almost online. I mean, it's ready to go. We still have one pipe here that they haven't finished building, so we're going to escalate that so we can get water flowing into this machine. And we need to get power down to this machine. I just realized that. We only have 150, and we haven't hooked up power to any of this. So we're going to have to come out here, go all the way up. We're going to need to go all the way over here and hook up power, which means we need lots more refined ores. We really need a volcano. All right, well, we'll work on that. So we're not going to have that active this episode, but in the next episode, we will get that active. We'll get all this cleaned up and hooked up to a pure oxygen source. This one will be hooked up already to a pure oxygen source. And once we have those done, we can concentrate on farms and exploration, because once they have a suit, they can go anywhere out here, and just dig and clean things up and all that good stuff. So thank you for joining me today on Oxygen Not Included, Spaced Out Edition. I'm hoping that before we hit cycle 100, my goal in 15 cycles is to have one dupe on Smelloria. It's possible. We have a transportation hub right here that is active. We just have to put a ladder up to it, assign someone, and poof, they go. And, they'll obviously have to survive, and we'll have 2 bases to manage. Oh, nightmare. All right. Well, thanks for joining, everybody. Have a great one, and we shall see you next time.